morning, everybody listening, or whatever time it is, or whatever time you're watching this video. I greet you all. It is essential that we try to get our people a little bit of information, and as much as we can do, try our best and get people informed. Because there's a lot of foolishness that is flying around, and these basis of our mode of thinking or what we think we are, sometimes we take it out of line, and it affects our action. And if, like in the previous video that I made, I try to highlight the fact that this little thought that comes to your mind, this little assurance that comes to your mind, really have impact in how you behave, your disposition to others. The purpose of this morning video focused on the basic term by we Nigerian. Before you say one or two things, you see Nigerians say as a giant of Africa. Giant of Africa. Giant of Africa. Giant of Africa. And that's supposed to be something that makes you happy? A giant? Because they don't ask questions. Because when people keep saying things, maybe you grew up hearing that and join the queue, then keep saying that people giant. What is giant? Why not the king of Africa? Why not the headlight of Africa? Why not the head of Africa? Why giant? What is the quality of a giant? Is it something that can be shareable by a group of people to call themselves giant? Is it the economy? Your economy don't need to be giant, I think. Your economy needs to be chief economy, king economy, the top economy. You understand? So I don't know why they choose giant, but looking at giant and from the Anakims, we have giant, the instrument of war. Giants are not, it's very rare for you to find a giant that is wise. They are just motivated to fight war. They boast. They believe in physical. They have they believe in physicality. They are too physical. They believe in this, in their height, in their size, in their strength. There's no thinking of how they can apply wisdom. Everything is based on how big, how tall, how huge. They intimidate because of that size. And there's virtually little or no traces of wisdom in someone that is being referred to as giant. For those who care to know, Golliath was a giant. But according to history, Golliath was a giant, but he fell, he crumbled before a little David. So when you do all this comparison, there's some things you don't just like. There's some things you just look and think, why are people saying this? Why are people not making findings about what it is giant? And giant we always crumble. According to many history, we have many history in this world, but according to the one the field research that we make, giant crumbles. There used to be giant on the field of the head, and something happened to them. They were no more. Nigeria, maybe you call yourself this. Maybe calling yourself the giant rather. denote the way our mindset grows, boasting around giant of this, giant of this. Now, we have COVID for year 2019. And many of us, this is the first time we're hearing about coronavirus, and coronavirus has been existing. And yeah, so the one of 2019, which is now called COVID-19, is in place. Now, many countries now have been put to test. So as giant in this dispensation, what are the quality of giant? I'm talking to you Nigerians that I'm talking to many Nigerians that refer to that statement whenever they are talking. Now, why should you talk things out of mouth, things that you are not even seeing the impact in? What are the qualities that make you think you are a giant now? I'm talking to those who are awake, really, are those who are just trying to get awake, because many people are asleep anyway. There's no doubt about that. But if you're still with your senses, and what are the quality apart from seeing it from Giant of Africa? That's all. What, as a Giant of Africa, what do you stand to gain? Have you been to another country, other African country, and see what's happening there? Their development. Have you make a research and see, is it true that you're a Giant of Africa? And even if the whole African leave that name for you, what are the impact? Has it positively impact on the behaviorism of the inhabitant of the country, which is Nigeria? Let's assume the whole Africa agreed to leave their name. Leave them with their giant. What are the good quality of a giant? Is it something that somebody should boast about? What are we able to do now that there is a war? What is the Giant of Africa doing now? Now that there is war. The war is not a physical type, and that is why giants cannot always be useful. Giant cannot always be useful. Giants have been made by a wise king to fight physical war. And when it comes to matters of intelligence, when it comes to matter of diplomacy, when it comes to matter of governance, of administrative, of leadership, of economical decision, it is not made for giant. Because theirs is to fight and show, flex muscle, stand tall, show their height, threaten, intimidate. That's all. But for the kings, you don't see your height, size is not necessary. Disposition, manner, mindset, thinking, awareness, task for wisdom, task for knowledge, then differentiate when somebody is a king. I just want to come out and put try to shine a light on expressions that virtually we don't in two ways. We are not even that heroic to get that. I don't think even the name is even shame in the first place. For those who think, for those who just listen to, for those who don't just listen to words alone. For people saying it, people saying words, they just, they don't pay attention to statement and make questions. And maybe we have majority of those set of people here in this part of the world, because the way many words fly around here, and people don't make findings about the impact of what people don't care about the words, and words are very, very powerful. Expression are very, very powerful. And psychologically, we need to reevaluate ourselves. We need to reevaluate what we attach value to. We need to, we need to begin to think about our values, their vanity. We attach value to foolish things. Honestly, we attach value to things that actually, okay, with all the resources, raw materials, this thing, what is the result? What's the output? What's the gain? Is it that giants are not be able to manage their resources? Is this how giants behave? So, if the name has impact on us, then we need to review what we call ourselves as a country. A lot of things that's happening in this country, but and most of us we don't know about the country we live in. We know less. Those that know much don't talk about it because it's to them it's secret. But as little as we know, there's nothing hidden from us. Because we bother to make research and find this. Because we don't base our life on mainstream media news. Because they are meant to keep you illiterate with lies. Mainstream media are meant to keep you illiterate, are meant to keep you dumb. We don't bother our life about what is being told around the four corner, around the gathering of religion. Because religion, in its own sense, is to keep you dumb, uninformed, distracted, engaged with things that actually did not have any good result, impact in life. We did not judge by the definition of religion. You can define anything with any name, and that's another lesson. You can come and define yourself. You can say democracy is the government of the people, by the people and the people. Fine, that's the definition. The simple-minded can go for that because they just hear that's the definition. But no, call yourself, call it, define it whatsoever way. We'll check out from the resultant. We check out from the output. And from the output, we find out that many things are different from the way they have been defined. Judging by the fruit, judging by the outcome, we discover many things just carry good definition, but actually in the real sense, they are not that glorious the way they have been defined. And when everybody bring their stuff to the market, everybody give their product good definition. And basic, wise, and intelligent people should know this, that nobody is going to come and talk bad about his product. Everybody make good kind of image about the product, and that doesn't make the product a quality, good, and recommendable. So our problems are options, but our problem actually is psychological kind of problem. Things we attach value to. Some people are convenient when they hear the name Gian of Africa. The reason that made them convenient is for you to call them Gian of Africa. They are convenient, even when they are living in slum, even when their life is wretched, even when they are even to themselves they think that they are reasonably, they are pursuing. Maybe they have this privilege. Maybe they belong to these people that give the same privileges, and they still want that name. And to us, we just want to let you know that it's not everything that you guys says. You guys have been doing that. We are not accepting. Not everybody we accept things from simple definition, simple analysis like that. There's a need for you to patiently wait and analyze situation and think about the resultant moment. In physics, we call it resultant moment. That resultant moment is the most important thing. It is after the resultant moment that you cannot conclude that, oh yeah, we can define this as to be this. Everybody come and say and give good representation about themselves. Fine. But let's see your resultant moment. Let's see your output. It's okay. you are this. Let's wait and see. So what I'm saying is that we should give cognizance to our input. Everybody can process information anyway. We are different. I cannot say it's difficult for us to give a standard measure of processing information because we are different. We have different character. We have different we have different program embedded in our mind. So the way we process information can be different, but we must take care of our input. Sometimes we cannot control that because we are born in Nigeria. When you are born in Nigeria, there's some particular input that is going to come to your life. You can avoid that. So, but we can monitor that. But most especially, we must give attention to our output. It is by the output that you can judge. Anybody can come before you and say things. We need to rethink. You've thought about it. There's still chance for you to think about it over and over again, to be sure. What I'm just saying is that we here in Nigeria, we are not sure. We are not certain people. We live in uncertainty. And it cannot be far-fetched from the fact that we don't know where we're coming from. It is definitely certain that anybody, group of people that doesn't know where they're coming from, are not going to know where they are going to. We attach value to things. We imitate, fine, maybe, but they're not even a good imitator. So now you discover that our weaknesses are much, and that is why we are focusing on the coming generation, because maybe we can try to change the model of thinking and things we attach value on. I look at the whole country and I see poverty. I see poverty. Even those that ride big vehicle jet, they are poor to me. They are poor. It's not about how much money you've been able to lock up in your room or bury in the ground or steal. That doesn't make you rich. It is what you do with those money that makes you rich. Are you wise? Because because money because it's illegal money. There's no enough wisdom to even reinvest the money into circle. The money is being collected from you guys by folks from outside the country. Beginning of program, real estates. Oh my God! So the poor, people not. When you say everybody is poor, most of us we are poor. It's not about dressing or appearance. No, it's about our mentality. You can give, and that is why, for those who care to watch this video, there's a clear difference between a rich man and a man that has money. Nigeria has men that has money. Nigeria actually like men that are rich, maybe few number. Majority of people here are very poor, and we have a lot of people that has money. You having money does not make you a rich man. Riches is being measured by the quantity of what you give. A food will be rich in protein because that food gives protein most. A food will be rich in carbohydrate because that particular meal gives carbohydrate more. It is the measured content of how you give that you being assessed as a rich or not. So going by that, not the name. Those who does not bother about the impact of statement, they just say it. We that care to bother about impact knows that many of you just have money. You are privileged. The richness is not there. The richness in the brain, thinking, the worthiness of mind is not there. And that is why you can give 50 billion US dollar to a poor man and he's still poor. And that's why you can give just 5,000 naira, or maybe like economically now, maybe you can give somebody 500,000 naira, and the person will end up using that 500,000 naira to feed many people continuously and build it up to big amount of money because that person is rich. If soil doesn't have money. It should be so. When you sow a seed into that rich land, they bring forth fruits. But you take millions of fruit, billions of fruit to a shallow and poor land. You just give them the money, they go ahead and bury it. Remember, for those of you who read Bible, you remember the talent, distribution of talent. You know the set of people that went to bury their talent. These are the set of people that they don't know what to do with money, because the money is being stolen and they cannot comprehend how to in wisdom make use of it and rechannel it back to the economy. Many bury it. Many give it to other folks, other business outside. And let me tell you today, for Nigeria, for those of you that are investing outside the country, whatever it is that you are investing outside this shore of the country does not belong to Nigeria. It does not belong to you. Forget about them putting your name, your record, paper record. Fine, it's paper record. From experience, from what has happened to those who or the past, you know that anything that you invest in the shore of somebody else's land, you will just be duped and be ripped. You may not understand now. It does not belong to you. One day, you'll be sure you will have. You can buy land in somebody's. They'll sell land to you. They'll sell land to you. If some country before you make decision like that, invest in outside country, you must look at the how do I put this? The policy, let me say the imagery of your country, image exchange, the imagery of Nigeria as compared to the country you want to invest in, the imagery of Nigeria as compared to US or Dubai you want to invest. If there's going to be image comparison, is Nigeria going to win against US? Can US just is it possible? Can I make efforts to get my property back or my investment back from US if I want to? Is there no policy that can make US take it away from me? If you pass on, or those who are invested outside and pass on, who have shipped their money to other country, what is happening to their money after their death? Because they know that you stole the money. They know that the money you used to buy estate, duplex and skyscraper there is being stolen. They know that you are not the owner of that money. They can use it they will definitely use it against you in future. You that went there to buy hotel, to build road. They know that the money you are using to build road, buy hotel and other things, investment, are not yours. They know that you stole it. So they are going to use all this information against you. Either you are alive or dead. So there's no wisdom in it. At the end of the day, it is a country that takes your investment and takes your money, help you bank your money, the money you stole, that is wiser. Because you are adding to the economy. So they try the rich men. We are like, rich what? We have people that has money. We have few. Even we are in them only in history. We have few that gives. It is when you give. It is you are being measured. You are being tied as a rich man by the quantity of what you can give out. Not necessarily money. Richness comes from even mind. How contented are you? Many people are out there. They are slaves. You see them in big cars, talking bold, and they are slaves. They have billions of dollars locked down, and they're still out looking for more. They are slaves. Mentally, they don't know what to do with money. They are like parasites to the economy. You can give them 50 billion US dollars, they will squash it. They will spend it. They won't make any return from it. They are the best to eat up the economy. Because of their greediness has been energized, has been catalyzed to enslavement. They are enslaved to saving up. Let me tell you, savings is not good for you. Investment, it is what makes a country grow. People that dig ground or lock money up, they are saving too. In their mind, they are saving up money. Even they cannot spend the money they are saving, but in their mind, they are saving. So it is I've been studied that you can keep your money with somebody else, you can save outside. It is not wise. It is not as much as when you invest. So we have these poor people, we are virtually poor in this part of the world. And that's the truth. There's no need for us to tell ourselves the truth. Yeah, we're really poor, and not the matter of the land is rich, the environment is weather is rich, everything is rich. But people in that terrain, how rich are they? When you take rich people to a shattered and land that doesn't have anything, they bless the land. So it's not about the land, it's not about the location here, how rich it. It's about how rich those people who are on that location are. And some country are keeping you, some country want you to be poor mentally. Some country will be happy that you are not rich mentally. Some country will be happy that you are dumb, you are the same foolish people because they benefit, because they are wiser. They stay in their country and they use the economy, resources there to enrich themselves because they are wiser. It is their wisdom that give them that privilege, not necessarily because they are this color or not. So we should restrain from physicality and engage in what is philosophical and psychological. Thank you.